Okay, I hear the million different buzzes on my phone coming through, so I think that means people are retweeting us, which is a good thing. So let's change our music to our recap music. Maybe. Nope. Yes. There we go. So hello, Internet, and welcome to Ladies' Night, Dungeons & Dragons style. Hey, look at that. I got the host and the little Kirby pop-up for the host. Thank you, Katie, for the host.
20 bees!
Anyway. There you go. All the hosts. So anyway, thank you, everybody, for coming and checking this out. This is our Monday night. It happens every other Monday here, so the next game will be in July. It's me and these four lovely ladies playing through Hoard of the Dragon Queen. This is the first D&D campaign released by Wizards of the Coast with assistance from the folks at Kobold Press, the mind behind Tome of Beasts. Why is that important? Because Tome of Beasts 2 is coming out later this year, so be on the lookout for that. I'll be covering it as things go on. So, yeah, you know what? I don't know if anything's changed. Actually, there has been some changes in what internet presence some of you folks have. So why don't I go down the line? We'll start with, it'll go Laura, Katie, Light, Lizzie, in that order. I know Lizzie don't have anything on the internet, really. But, Laura, what about you? Why don't you give us a little bit about you and tell us about this lovely headpiece that you're wearing and things of that nature.
Hi, I'm Laura. I play Odella, the human sorcerer. You can find me on Twitter at Win and Rome. And actually today I'm going to be playing the part of Roswin, as obvious by my horns here. Just kidding, I could never do that because I'm not a cute little boop. But these are actually a gift for Katie. I just haven't given them to her yet.
Okay. Hi, my name's Katie, aka Lazy Mermaiden. I am playing Roswin, the Tiefling Druid. I am now streaming on Twitch sometimes, playing Witcher 3 very poorly and just enjoying my second playthrough. Also, I am on Roll for Roll on Mixer every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, playing Blue, who is a Furbolg Ranger, and that's super cool. She peed her pants last time, so it's all good fun. Next.
Hi.
Yeah, alright, that happened. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Light.
I'm Light Nevaeh. I play a human barbarian named Lux. You can find me on the interwebs. They're the same handle, Light Nevaeh. I currently been streaming a lot of GTA RP. It's basically Grand Theft Auto RP. I play 3 different characters. I play Jade, Jinx, and a badass biker chick named Luna. So you can catch me under all of that.
Cool. And just because you're the last one there, so.
No, nothing different. I mean, my job's ends in like a week before I move across the country, so I might be playing more. Maybe I'll stream a little. We'll see. I don't know.
Okay, and if you do decide that you are going to stream, what would you be streaming?
I stream Smite, and maybe I would stream some like Skyrim or Shadow of Mordor.
Ah, dude, Shadow of Mordor 2 coming out. So excited. Anyway, and I'm Ted. I run Nerd Immersion and the nerdimmersion.com website, as well as all of our social medias. You should go and check out the Nerd Immersion website. I've been doing some updates. We now have a D&D hub, nerdimmersion.com/D&D, where you can find all of our homebrew stuff, all of my reviews from pretty much everything D&D related, weekly update videos, and cool stuff for all of the campaigns, including, in the process slowly, of getting every character's character sheet available for you guys to see online. And I can't blame some of these ladies, because some of the people that I see every week, who I talk to all the time, still don't have me theirs. So I can't put them at fault. I'm not blaming you. I'm saying, like, I have people that I play that are in like 4 other campaigns with me, and they still don't have me their stuff. So yeah, so you can check that stuff out as well. and I'll wait until we get a little bit further in. Screw it. I'll talk about it now before we jump right in. July is Magic Item Month here on the channel. If any of you guys would like to spend, there'll be more on it when we hit into July. But if you guys would like to spend IRL money, you can buy any of these lovely ladies, or anybody on any of our streams for that matter, rolls on magic item tables to just gift them magic items out of the goodness of your heart. So be on the lookout for that. And because it's Magic Item Month, it wouldn't be Magic Item Month without a magical giveaway from the folks at Elderwood Academy. That's right. We are going to be giving away an Elderwood Academy spellbook here on the channel for the month of July. These are the wonderful wood and leather spellbooks. They have the nice finished brass dry erase board on the inside, the sweet place to hold all your dice and your pencils, and a nice felt rolling tray inside there. So this was gifted to me by the lovely folks at Elderwood Academy to do a giveaway here on the stream for all of you guys. So I haven't figured out the specifics of how the giveaway is going to go, but it'll be a similar Gleam entry style thing. Subscribe to the channel, blah blah blah, get yourself multiple entries, and at the end of July I'll draw and give this away. So yeah, I haven't figured out what it'll be, if it'll be a giveaway done live on a stream or just an overall giveaway. We shall see. But there'll be more of this kind of stuff coming in the future, some stuff with the folks from Wormwood, Lunar Wolf Games, all sorts of things. And Dorian, just going with that. Thank you for the follow. So, alright. Announcements and stuff out of the way. Where did we pick up last time? Our party, the Belladonnas, are heading north from Baldur's Gate on a caravan trip over the course of 2 months to the city of Waterdeep. They are traveling in a caravan with an interesting cast of characters, some of whom they've met, others who they haven't, and it's been a lot of weird interactions, some speaking with animals and plants, finding another tiefling and a kindred spirit, a weird lady who's all green from head to toe, creepy-looking, socially awkward sale purchaser guy who doesn't understand business, and then just shitty nobles that don't seem to either don't want to treat their animals right, weird guys that are stealing things. It's just been a crazy couple days, 12 days to be exact. And we're gonna pick up on the start of the 13th day, which, if you've been following along day to day, the past 3 days, actually about these past 3 days for the druid in the party, since you are always curious, it has begun to downpour and storm heavily. It's been 3 days travel under the wagons, cold breeze in the air, cloaks pulled tightly around you to keep yourself nice and warm as best you can, but it's the kind of rain that's just thick and it soaks through your clothes and chills you down to the bone. So the nice hearty soups and stews go a long way to help keep you warm. But you guys have kind of been doing your own thing over the course of these 3 days. I don't believe, but I'll defer to the ladies just to be sure, there was nothing specific that you guys wanted to have done over the course of these 3 days. Nothing that warranted discussion on the stream, let me rephrase. Everything else was kind of dealt with offline, and the fruits of that will come up in the game tonight. There was nothing that needed to be discussed character to character at this point, correct?
Correct.
Roswin does want to talk to Lux, but she can do it.
We can do it tonight in game. Okay, so started off. Laura, roll me a d20. Yeah, just throw. Yeah, we're gonna mess it up, change it up on you guys. You guys weren't ready for that.
I was not prepared.
14. Okay. Do I have ambient music for rain? I don't. I thought I had rain music. Oh well. Oh wait, sound effects? Nope. Oh wait, weather. I labeled everything. I just didn't. Apparently I can't get it to play music and that at the same time. Well, we'll just go with ambience then. So, you guys, it's about mid-morning. And again, you're traveling down the road. And, nope, it's not mid-morning, it's first thing in the morning. Ha ha. So, you guys have been traveling down this just gross, nasty, muddy trail, trying to stay warm. And as you guys wake up and start to prep your carts to move for the day, you've been hearing over these past couple days, and especially through the night, very strange whistling sounds on the wind. You're not unaccustomed to, wind whistling, and you know what normally sounds like. This is a little bit off. Something not typical. I don't know, it's like, after a little while, though, at night, like, people get used to it, and you're like, alright, whatever, this is just a weird thing about this area, we're gonna go to sleep. So you guys wake up in the next morning to see that all around you guys, everywhere, is blanketed with fungus. It wasn't there when you went to sleep, but when you wake up, there are mushrooms, like, anything that wasn't, like, any piece of exposed ground is got mushrooms everywhere. And you see, like, everybody's, like, coming out of their, like, cabins and, like, waking up and they're, or rolling up because everybody's in tents or in their caravans because it was so wet during the night, and they're like, what is going on? People are freaking out. No one has ever seen anything like this before. So.
Can I roll a nature check?
Sure.
Guidance.
Sure. Also a thing.
$16.
So you're just trying to see if you can identify what these are, or
what they are and what could have caused such a weird thing to happen.
So you're kind of starting to get a look at these. They are a strain. Let's see, what color are they? They don't. Okay. You're looking at them. You gather from your nature check that sometimes there are areas where mushrooms can grow, in a relatively rapid succession, and you get the feeling that this severe amount of rain and just the water saturating the ground where you are is probably what caused this. At least that's what you think. And while you're kind of studying them to try to get a little bit of a closer look, somebody pokes one of them, like in one of the caravans, and a puff of black spores shoots from it, and the mushroom itself emits a large moan of pain comes from the mushroom as he pokes it. And then, like, people are, like, freaking out and turning and, like, trying to figure out what's going on, and, like, the scuffling. Anytime anybody bumps, and you see it happen a couple of places all up and down, the horses are, like, a little freaked out by it, like, touching it with the hooves because they're, not uncertain. And it just, black spores and just these constant moans of pain coming from each one of these mushrooms.
Oh god! Everybody stop moving! And Rosalind's gonna... Oh, she can't fly. She's just gonna be like, oh! Just stand there.
So, you're not sure, but let me make a roll here. Yep. Okay, but as soon as this happens, like, the merchants are terrified. They're like, everybody else, they're like, fuck that, not moving. This is weird. They're, like, most of them, they are convinced that these are poisonous mushrooms. They're like, yep, can't move, this is weird, poison mushrooms, we don't want to kill our horses. And again, as I said, the animals are just spooked by these, because anytime they touch one, they shoot up this black spore cloud, and they just moan, and they're like, everybody's like freaking out, doesn't know what to do.
Oh, Noah, calm people down so I can talk to these mushrooms.
you just shouting that down the line of?
Yep. 100%.
Okay, I will.
Because remember, there's a distance between all of your carts. So
I'm like, I'm at the very back. And
Do we
she's
notice?
at the very front?
That's why I yelled. Do I notice like any, like, do I feel any different from the black puffs?
You don't. Nothing seems to. You don't feel. I mean, it. How about I'll say this: you are able to, over some time, you're able to maneuver your way through using other carts, almost like the floor is lava situation, to get a message back to Odella to calm people down. You don't feel off though. You don't feel sick, or at least at the moment, you don't feel anything different, other than probably a little bit unnerved. Because if you ever do puff them or bump into them and they puff up, it sounds like they're being hurt. The mushrooms sound like they're giving off this feeling of pain.
You know what? There's not going to be any way that we can get out of here without crushing some mushrooms. So maybe speak with animals to calm the horses down would be better.
Okay. Are you just basically gonna systematically go down the line?
Yeah, I'm going to go down the line and talk to the horses and calm them down and be like, do you feel any different? No, they're just loud noises. Everything's okay. I know it's a little scary, but it's going to be all right. Just take a deep breath. It's fine.
How's that person that got... I didn't see it, though. Never mind.
Okay. So anyway...
I assume we just heard a weird scream, but I didn't really see anything because I'm way in the back.
Yeah, and I mean, if you or your horses or anybody around you bumps into one of these, you'll see it happen. Because, like I said, it's blanketed. It's almost impossible to step anywhere without stepping or touching a mushroom.
Right, but I didn't see someone, like, poke a mushroom.
Oh, no, you didn't. But, yeah, like, as you're kicking around... I mean, it's not, like, a massive, like, spray. Like, if you're, like, kicking around, like, it'll puff up about, like, this high off the ground. So, like, it's around your knee length if you, like, bump into these with your feet. However, so that's what... Yeah, that goes on. And I will say that these mushrooms, when you see them... when you guys wake up and are looking around, they're about the size of a champagne cork, if you can picture that in your head, about the size of each of these toadstools. And Katie, as Roswin's making her way... as you're walking towards each horse, as these...
Sorry.
You start working your way down. In about an hour of traveling through and calming things down and situating everything, it takes a little while. People are freaking out. About an hour later, these mushrooms are now about 6 inches tall. So
Right.
they're like, as you're like bumping into them, it's like, it's much louder because the mushrooms are much bigger, and they are
How far down the road does it go?
as far as you can see.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, they're growing?
They were about this size of a champagne cork. They're now about 6 inches tall.
Alright. Everybody, we need to move.
At least, again, because you're traveling down a forest path behind you, the way you came, till, like, you lose it in the trees where the path turns, and ahead of you to where it turns, all you see are mushrooms. You don't know if it's the whole trail or not, but from what you can physically see, it's all mushrooms.
Oh.
Experiment. I'm gonna try, ray of frosting one of the mushrooms and seeing if it makes the same terrible noise.
Yeah, so you reach out and a ray of frost zaps out and hits it. And it, like, as soon as the frost hits it, it starts to, like, shrivel up and, like, and it solidifies. So it's, like, in a slightly... As they're, like, touched, they puff up and the mushroom is basically... the spores come out and they start to shrivel up a little bit. So as that starts to happen, it freezes, but it's frozen, like, starting to shrivel. And, like, a little bit of the spores came out, but most of them are frozen in your blast of ice.
I'm scared to burn the spores because I don't know what they'll do.
Yeah, that sounds terrifying.
Yeah, so I think we should just try to get everybody to move as quickly as possible until we can't move and then deal with it.
Okay. are you guys gonna like try to rally everybody and get them all to move? Because you got a bunch of people all around. Like people,
Yeah.
everybody, most of the people are just like most people don't want to move because they're terrified that these things are gonna kill them. Like that this is just poison mushrooms and we're all gonna. Oh God, we're all gonna die.
Yeah, I mean,
The gods are punishing us. Why? I told you you shouldn't have harvested blah. And then like people are like starting to get a little agitated. And again, as people are moving around, more of these shrieks of pain are just happening. Yeah. I'm gonna need everybody to make me a Constitution saving throw. And I just need one from Light. Alright, yeah, you guys are fine. But you notice some other people over the course of this time as you're walking around looking at stuff. People seem like really down. Like depressed and saddened.
oh, Reginald's gonna kill himself.
Hey, I talked to him in those 3 days to cheer him up at some
That's
point.
true.
And it seems from your outside observations, just because it's happening all around you,
I
that
have a horse named Artax, right?
you tell me.
No, Poppy.
You guys get the feeling you're not sure because no one's taken the time, unless you say you take the time to try to figure that out. But you get the feeling that these people just literally hearing these constant cry, like tiny cries of pain and remorse, just en masse, is just like weighing on people's conscience. Like it's just too much to handle. Like anytime someone bumps it, you don't, for lack of understanding these mushrooms, it sounds like you're killing them and they're audibly crying out in pain, and just hearing that over time just is, that's probably going to weigh on your conscience. And as more time goes on, as you guys are trying to figure this stuff out, they're about a foot tall now, these mushrooms.
No, we're moving. We're making everybody move. That's what we're doing.
They don't want to move because they're freaking out because they're you can see like in the course of since you woke up, they're visibly growing larger.
Rosalind's telling people to stuff some cotton in their ears and keep going because what are they gonna do? Not get through this? We can't stay here forever. They're growing, and the only way to go is to move through them.
Some over time, as you're trying to like work through to rally people, you see some people, they just like sit down and they're just like, I can't do this. I can't
Can
go.
I roll persuasion or something?
I
Ray
can't.
of frosting ones that are near
Sure,
me.
Katie, make me. Yeah, go ahead. Make me a persuasion roll.
Okay, Kaiden. $20.
Not bad. Yeah, you are able to shake a few people, but as you're going through, there are some people that it just is weighed on them too much, and they are like completely having like a nervous breakdown. They're like fetal position, just like I can't do this. I can't handle this.
I'll pick them up and like put them in.
Get him, Lexi Poo.
Put them in like the wagon. Whoever's like still keep moving. I'm just like, okay, come on, we gotta go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dogs are barking, just so I muted myself for a second there. And again, as far as you can see in front of you, to like...
Can't hear. Keep cutting
how about now? Like, can you hear the dogs? I'm sure you can hear them.
Oh, yeah.
They're great. As far as you guys can see, till the path, at least till the path curves about 300 yards ahead, where you lose track of the trail. It is just these now like foot tall mushrooms that you have to walk all of these horses through. However, if you want to, you can attempt to like you've been doing it, Odella, very on small scale with your Ray of Frosts. You could try to clear these mushrooms out of the way. I mean, people are stepping on them and squishing them. If you guys had any kind of like pole arm, whether that be a broom or a tree branch or a scythe, if any of you happen to be, farmers. Javelin, sure, your greatsword, whatever. You can, like,
with my staff.
You can like sweep them, try to like sweep them, because they're mushrooms. They're not like permanently
I'll start doing that.
affixed. So you guys, yeah, okay. How many of you are gonna do this? And I will. How many of you are planning to do this? Let me ask you that.
I'll do it.
Okay.
In the clouds.
So how many is?
Imagine they're pouncing from mushrooms.
So that's 2, 3 of you guys. Odella, were you in on that?
I'm just gonna keep doing the Ray of Frost thing because I
Okay.
seem to not scream as much when I do that.
Okay. Okay. Between all of you, it'll take you about 2 hours. But between the 4 of you and like a couple of other people that aren't seemingly as affected, you were able to just like clear a swath through these mushrooms until you realize that about 300 yards down the road, it stops and the path is clear.
Oh, thank God.
It has to be on different bread. They didn't
Okay,
round of the
that's fine. Thank you.
What did she say to the text, Ted?
Well, that was my mother-in-law just handed it to me.
Oh.
She said, "You're lucky I need gas." Because she went to Quick Check. So, she went to get me the panini. Didn't have any panini bread. What the fuck, Quick Check? Anyway. So, yeah, you guys are able to clear it and you're able to move your way on the path. So, that's it for today, basically. You guys get 300 experience for that. So you each have 300 more. Yeah, and that ordeal was just so taxing mentally for you and everybody else. They're like, all right, we're moving on. You travel for a couple more hours, and then everybody like beds down for the evening. And like some people just still emotionally wrecked from this. So, anything you guys want to do tonight in camp? Cheer, calm down for the night?
Wow. I wanted to see if
Yes.
Is it Mir?
Myr.
Myr, okay.
Yeah.
Like a purr, but Myr.
Mm.
Roswin is gonna find her and be like, hey, so don't tell him I said this, but my owl kind of sucks at gathering information. So I was wondering if I could cast Pass Without a Trace on you and if you wanted to spy on the Cult of the Dragon tonight.
Okay, Mira is like, do one of these. And she's like, why, yes, that would be great. And she really wants to know what. She's highly motivated to find out.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on her, and I'm gonna cast Guidance on her.
Okay. I will just throw this out there. I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but
Can't hear you.
you can't hear me, apparently.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
You frozen now too. Jeez.
Bye forever, Ted.
Yeah,
Hey there, chat. How are you all doing tonight?
apparently.
And
We're frozen,
everybody Tiamat is dead because their DM's gone. So congratulations, we won.
The stream's frozen too. Oh no. I think Ted's internet.
Well, yeah.
No, it's still going.
All came down.
We were about to do something epic.
Hmm. Hello.
What happened there, buddy?
Not a clue. Stream's still going strong, and I can hear you guys fine.
Oh, really?
Uh huh.
Well,
So-
what were you saying? Just so that we know.
Yeah.
What?
I'm just trying. Let me load up my appear in. I just reset it. Just because I wanted to refresh the cameras. One sec, guys. Maybe.
Well, here's a question for chat.
Hmm.
How many lows would a Roblo low if a Roblo could rob lows? Question we're all asking.
3.
3.
I'm just trying to fix the camera, guys. Hang on. Maybe.
Get luck standing strong.
I can't.
Why is this?
She really is the strongest of us. Look at her.
Well, anyway.
Yeah.
I was gonna. I'll say this. We can play a little theater of the mind till the cameras come back. If they come back, it could just be an appear-in thing that might have just crashed, for all I know.
I mean, it's up for me.
Okay, then it's not. That answers that.
Where else? Is
Maybe-
just hanging out in here?
Yeah, maybe that you have to get in here.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Get in here.
I'm trying.
Get
Over
in here.
here.
I'm trying as hard as I can. But I did want to say, before you scamper off to go do some spying, Mir, did you want to? Was there anything we talked about it a little bit, you and I?
Yes. No.
No.
Not right now.
Okay,
Because
that's fine. We don't have to say any more. Just wanted to make sure because it'd been a little while since we talked about it.
more investigation. Needed.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna close this window and open it up again.
What a good quote from Jake. Well, I don't want anything all up in my butt.
Yep. That's our Jake. That's alright. My favorite. I like the one before that with Celine. I'm gonna punch Celine in the nose every year.
Just in case you missed it.
Yes.
Mir got Tamora's blessing or Timora or
Oh, sweet. So
You missed it.
I did, but so you have a +1 to all your rolls. So people really want to make sure that you make it into this camp and out alive, is what I'm
And that's
gathering.
from Mud Puppy.
Aw, mud puppy.
Aw, puppers.
All right, I don't know why this is not loading. Could I ask you guys to do me a favor and drop out of the appear in and let me try to log back in?
Never.
Oh no, I'm locked forever.
Rebellion in the stupidest way possible.
Yeah. So if everybody logs out, I'll try logging back in and we'll see. Because I had like set it up initially, maybe that's why. So enter. Oh, that might be why. Let us see if this will work.
Was I supposed to wait? 'Cause I logged back in.
I didn't wait.
You guys are the worst.
I waited.
Alright.
Thanks for hanging in there, guys.
Yep. I'm also eating my sandwich while I try to figure this out. So
That's why it's taking so long. I'm just kidding. Tell me when we should join back in.
I'm trying something different. I don't know why.
I get all the butt quotes.
I see that.
There's a lot of butt quotes, though, to be fair.
That is true.
Mud Puppy just added an NPC of Pee Wee Herman.
Oh man, he told me he was gonna do that. You son of a bitch. All right, I'm gonna have to work on my Pee Wee Herman. All right. So what do you guys just log into appear in and it just goes straight there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Great. Must be nice. Let me see one more thing. Um, okay. That's weird. It works over here.
Where's over here?
In Google Chrome, but not in Firefox, which is what I have to use to grab multiple... Oh, wait. Maybe this will work. Possibly. Maybe. Well, anyway, you cast Pass Without a Trace on her, and she's going to make a stealth check, right?
With guidance too, yeah.
Yes.
Well, go ahead and make a
Do that
stealth.
now.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Okay, and then roll a d4.
Oh god. Okay. I think I always do it the wrong way. Right, there we go.
So 23 stealth.
24.
24, because Timora's breast.
Yeah. Did you say
Breasting.
Timora's breasts?
Timora's breasting. That
Lady Luck.
is helpful.
Lady Luck coming through in the clutch.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let me... 24 stealth. Alright, let me try one last thing to get in here, because it's being a butt.
There's a quote about that.
It's true.
Did you try clearing your cache?
I didn't. I can do that,
Did you
though.
try turning it on and off again?
I can also attempt that. I don't know why. You know,
Did
it just...
you check your butt?
Let me try all of those things.
Okay. I'm happy that the cameras won't be on for the last one.
Or... Nah, that's fine. That is weird, because it has me in the chat, and it's saying that I'm not in... Can one of you guys send me the link to the one that you're in, to see if it works? Because it's not
We're
working.
in it.
Oh, you're not in one at all. Okay.
No, because you didn't tell us to join.
Good. I'm glad that you didn't do that. Now let me check one thing. Because that would make sense that you weren't in there, because I didn't ask you to be in there. So,
I mean, that's not always the case, but in this particular instance,
I really... I wonder if I need to just close out all of Firefox, if that'll do it.
No.
Ah, there we go.
working?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change rooms for whatever reason, but that's okay. I can get the stuff to work. Oh, don't do this to me. It was working, and then now it's not working?
What made it start to work?
Mm-hmm.
Clearing your cache?
Now I named a new channel. Let's try that. Let's try closing out everything. Hang on, folks.
I can hear you eating.
I'm sorry. This sandwich is delicious.
Sorry, not sorry.
You know what? There was a Firefox update that just loaded. That could be why. So.
I see Ted's computer.
Mm-hmm.
Chat, this is the inner workings of what we do here, as you see through this beautiful overlay by Miss Leia.
It's true. Getting there.
Baby steps.
Mm-hmm.
Mud Puppy loves that Lux is just like hanging out. She don't give a fuck, just like her badger.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Okay. Here we go. Got a new link coming at you guys.
Hello. Did you check your butt?
I'm just gonna need everybody to mute themselves and appear in again. Okay. I got everybody back in. Now I just need to...
We just really wanted everybody to be at the edge of their seat for seeing how Mer did on her little...
Now I just need to refresh literally everything, but that's okay.
It's fine.
Well, almost got everybody.
Hey, did you know that some of us have playlists
You
that you
should...
can listen to if you ever want to get in an Odella mood? Or a
What?
Lux mood? Or
No
a
way.
Rosalind mood?
Tell me more about this, Katie. This sounds like a great thing. Where can
Or-
people find this?
There's a secret Ava one as well.
Secret of a playlist full of vengeance.
What? Pray tell, where can people find these on the internet?
Oh my god, they will be linked in the chat for your listening enjoyment.
Wow. I just...
Except for Ava, because it's secret.
Secret!
If you want the secret, you gotta figure out the secret password and send it to me on Discord.
And nobody worry, it's not just a bunch of tracks of me singing words.
And that's disappointing.
It's true.
That'll come later. I'm expecting it to be an Electrum album. Definitely not platinum.
Okay. Almost there. Boom! We're back! What up, folks? Back to where we needed it to be. Back to reality.
Oops, there goes gravity.
I won't... No, we're gonna let it go there? Alright, that's fine.
Totally gonna let that go.
Well, I mean... Alright, so... You got a 23 on your stealth check. Let's roll some perception
24.
checks. 24. Oh, you have advantage on your stealth checks, too, because of your cloak. So 25. 10 and 11.
Oh, yeah.
So a 25 on your stealth check. And because your hoods are up... Your hood is up. Doesn't matter, because I rolled double fives. They have disadvantage on perception checks to notice you. So... Your entrance into their camp. What's your... Describe to me your process. How are you doing this? What's your plan? Where are you going? How's that all working out?
Okay, so first I have to do a nice full body stretch before I do anything stealthy. Just gonna like butt in the air, like there's some like arm stiffness happening. Okay.
Sure.
And then my plan. What are they like sitting out there? Fire or something?
Yeah. Again, it's still kind of rainy, so their 10 caravans up there in the front are kind of circled, or 10, 12? I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, 10.
I think 10.
I'm looking right at it on the screen, and I just, did this thing called counting. And
It's hard.
turns out that solves the problem. Yeah, they're kind of like circled up and all. People are milling about and trying to stay warm. You see people kind of rubbing their shoulders, and there's like a little kind of cook fire, and they're trying to keep it, dry with trying to like build some stuff over top of it to keep it dry. So they're kind of just doing their own little thing.
Okay, and I have like parts around.
Yeah, and there's trees around the outside too.
I think I'll like shoot up a tree, climb it, walk out on a far limb, and just hang there like a.
So you're just gonna be like try to be in a limb above the group, just kind of like crouched, like laying down prone on like a tree limb. Is that what I'm hearing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So how long do you stay there?
What time is it right now?
I'm gonna assume that you decided to make the call to do this more in the evening, so you weren't like just a cat person on a tree limb, just like hanging out in the middle of the day.
Okay, I'll stay there all night.
Okay, wow, dedication. All right, make me a perception check.
Ooh, I don't have that.
You didn't have a macro built for that one?
No!
That is one you should do, because you will do that one often.
That was ridiculous. Yes.
Again, for those of you guys who don't know, in the chat here, in the game, or Roll20 players and otherwise, if you open up your character sheet and you have the macro bar enabled, you can just click a skill and then drag it down to the macro bar, and it will automatically have it to just roll it for you, so you don't have to go into your sheet all the time. Just throw that out there. 19. Okay. 20, rather, because Time War is blessing. So, 20. You hear a fair amount of grumbling. Obviously, the rain. Talking about how those fungus were just really weird. And about how, these merchants. A couple of mushrooms scare them off. There's no way any of these guys could hack it with us. That kind of bravado of the Cult of the Dragon. And you hear them talking about how they are gonna, they're excited to get off the road and get back to serving Tiamat in the best way possible. And yeah, you hear, gotta get more, all this treasure, bringing it up, this should definitely help. We gotta just gather as much treasure as we possibly can. And at one point you do hear, like, as your, hours go by, and it's, they're not exactly a huge talkative bunch. And then there is a group that are, like, playing a dice game and gambling and drinking and having, like, a good time trying to while away these shitty wet hours that are out here. And yeah, you do hear one person say, a fucking beholder, can you imagine? What do we even need one of those for? I just things freak me out with those eye things are all rigid and just I don't know why we need to bring one with us up north, but it's apparently that's what they want to do. That's what Resmir says, so that's what we do. And that's about it, all you gather through the evening. Nothing too crazy.
Do I know what a beholder is?
Make me an Arcana check. I mean, you're in your 20s and you live in the Forgotten Realms, or at least you have for a while. So you've heard of a beholder. You don't know the specifics of a beholder. I mean, there are a lot of things that people just kind of know about in general. Like, people know what a dragon is. People know certain things like that. You know what a giant is. A beholder is some sort of weird magic monster that has a lot of eyeballs. And they're pretty nasty. That's about the extent of what you know.
We already actually talked about beholders in the back of
Oh,
the
you're
cart
right.
that one time.
Also that.
Okay.
So you do.
But I forgot because I wasn't listening.
You were playing with your pen, your
Yeah.
quill or whatever it is.
Your laser pointer, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Do I hear anything about arrows?
Yeah, you do hear mention about how some of the, again, all these people are like humans, no other races. At least as far as you can tell, they're all human stature and build. And you hear one of these guys. You see he's been in his cups. This is around early in the 3 o'clock in the morning, and he just comes like sauntering over with like a bottle of nondescript alcohol, and he's like, "You know what? You know what I say? The cultists we're great. You know, like we're great." He goes, "There's all these dragon people, not like dragons, because they're also great. Tiamat, woo! But like, there's these half dragons, like Resmir. Like she's tough or whatever, but like, I heard of two of them is just killed by people. They're not that strong. They're not like crazy powerful. There was a blue one. We got his head chopped off by somebody. I don't know. That happened. And there was a white one. And somebody killed him too. So like, dragon things are okay, I guess. Whatever. But like, humans are strong, and I love you guys. And like at this point, you notice that he's not talking to anybody. Like the other people have gotten up and walked away, and he's like pointing at a tree, and he's just like, "Just you," and he like hugs the tree, and then you hear like it's just, and he's just snoring up against the tree. So
that's what I gather.
that is what you gather.
Okay.
In case you guys haven't learned, I really like playing on drunk characters. It's a favorite thing of mine to do.
You're pretty good at it.
Doesn't come from experience at all.
Laura and I are also very good at playing drunk characters. Beat me.
So,
Well, she's doing that at night after I go and I cast that on her. I'm gonna go find Lux. Ooh, by this lovely campfire.
yeah. Okay.
And I'm gonna pop up and I'm gonna give her a big hug. And I'm just gonna be smiling like crazy and I'm gonna be like, "Good evening, madam."
You seem happy.
Okay. So, I haven't had a chance to talk to you because we're supposed to be low key. But, so I was talking to my friend that I made. I don't know if you saw her, Frida. I call her Fari because, you know, we're friends. But she did the most amazing thing. Because I've always been worried, you know, what I am and everything. If, you know, I'm just inherently maybe not so great in my heart. But I talked to her and she's got this ability to just like look right in ya and tell you if you're like corrupted or if you just got some bad stuff going on in there. And she said that like my stuff, it's clean. Like I am just like nothing. Like there's nothing bad in my soul. And just from what we talked about, how, you know, you were kind of blaming yourself and down on yourself for, you know, being away from your family and thinking that you caused that. I didn't know if maybe it would help you to, have her, take a look and see yours.
I told you. And if she has the ability to look and see, then she find out. Can't let that happen.
I know, but I mean, do dragon souls really look any different from anyone else's? How do you know? Aren't they all the same? It's not like reading your mind. She doesn't know my thoughts. She just sees my soul.
I mean, that's the one thing with magic. You don't know.
I just don't think, I've been talking to her a lot, and I just don't think even if she did find out, I don't think she'd care. Just like I don't care. You're you.
Yeah. You're right. But, I have a goal. And I'm going to complete it.
Well, that's what you want. It made me feel so much better.
I appreciate it. I do.
Well, alright. I guess I'll go then, but I just wanted you to know that if you were curious, there's an option.
Thank you.
And she will skip to her loo back over to her camp.
Skip to her loo, indeed. Alright, so there's nothing else. Odella, we haven't really heard from you. Did you have anything?
Is it still raining?
Yeah. Mostly because I promised Katie it would rain for at least like a little bit, so she could prepare Call Lightning and maybe get into a fight. And as much fun as it would have been to just have her deal with mushrooms that you can't like really fight, I feel like I gotta at least keep it in for a combat.
Okay. Is there room in the nice the cart with like the nice furs in it? Is there room in there to like sleep in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's like
Note
the closest.
for later.
It's like the closest thing to a bed because it's like
Yeah.
nice.
It's probably
cured.
real nice and warm and cozy in there.
Yeah. True.
Okay. So, I just wanted to make sure because she's a priss and I need to know where she's sleeping.
Sure. Fair.
Everybody else is kind of doing their own thing right now, right?
Pretty much. Merge has disappeared. She's off doing her thing, and unless you weren't really keeping track of where Roswin and Lux were, they're kind of doing their own thing. So it's up to you.
Okay. She's actually going to take the time that she has to herself and get into the cart with all the furs and kind of like settle in and pull out her ring
Ah.
that
okay.
she has.
Sure.
And kind of just listen to the ring that she has do its little magic thing.
Yeah. And the ring does its little magic thing. And this is the first time in recent days where you've had a night to yourself.
Yeah.
Without forced upon cuddles. So you are able to, use your ring's magic without any prying eyes or ears. So, there you go. Okay, and if that's it, you have a great night's sleep. You feel amazing sleeping in these furs.
Cool.
And so warm. Okay, so
She's like, why wasn't I doing this sooner?
a reasonable question to ask yourself. With that night, Mer's, she's waking up in the morning.
Is that her outside the, like, cart being like, let me in.
Yeah. Basically. So yeah, that happens, and
Mom.
We're playing Fudge right now.
you guys wake up, or the next morning rolls around, so the evening ends. Murray, you're a little sleepy because you haven't slept all night. You've been hanging out in your tree. What time do you leave?
What time do I leave in the morning?
Yeah, your tree, so that you're not like caught in the morning scrambling down a tree branch.
Dawn.
Okay.
Like right before the sun.
Make me another stealth check. Well, at least it's a 13, so 14. Not a natural 1. Well, a 9 or a 10, but 13. All right, that worked out. So you managed to stealthily scamper away down the tree branch and back to... Do you go back to your cart right before dawn, or do you try to find Odella's tent? Because the tent's not there.
Yeah, I'm like frantically searching for her tent.
Yeah, you look around the tent. You don't see her in the tent.
Pulled out. And it's rainy, and I really just want to go inside somewhere and cuddle.
Yeah. So you eventually people start moving around, and you eventually make me a perception check while you're frantically looking all around, trying to find your cuddle buddy. 22. Yeah, you see coming out of the back of the fur tent is a very well rested, or fur caravan, Odella, stretching, getting ready for the day. You've now figured out where she's at.
Dang it.
Oh, so there's no more time for cuddle.
Now it's time for the morning, so you're currently going on 0 sleep.
Oh.
So you will actually have a level of exhaustion for today, meaning you have disadvantage on all skill checks for today, or ability checks, because of your night without sleep. But yeah, actually, so that ends the 14th day of your travel. You guys actually continue on. Again, we'll speed things up a little bit. For about the next 2 to 3 days, you guys are traveling. It's still raining. It's gross. And because I promised I'd keep it around for a little while. So it's raining, it's gross, but nothing crazy is happening. No random mushrooms spawning out of nowhere. Nothing like that. You guys do travel through an area called the Trollclaw Ford. If anybody is curious, you can make a history check. It... Gotcha.
18.
Alright. It used to be like a fairly budding hamlet located along a river here. And it's named after some of the hills to the east, the Trollclaw, which is a group of hills to the east there. And that's it. Just a little group of hills. Nothing crazy. But you guys travel eventually through the Trollclaws, or Trollclaw Ford, rather. You can kind of see, I think, on the map I have around day 16 on your map. The map of the... What's it called? Caravan travel map, yeah. Day 16 puts you right in the Trollclaws. So... yeah, and things go fairly uneventfully for the next 6 days. You guys have anything you'd like to do in 6 days?
During those 6 days, do any of like the cultists from that group seem more sociable than the others? Like they hang out with like the normal caravan at all, or no?
No, they seem pretty closed off, those folks up front.
Dang it.
I mean,
we talk about stuff that They said.
You definitely can. You guys have 6 days, so you just gotta let me know when you want to, and you guys can all talk about it. That's fine.
I mean, I would have talked about it like that morning or
That evening, the next evening.
maybe that evening. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so you guys, I'll say you're able to grab everybody and circle everybody together, and then we'll go ahead and tell the party what you'd like to tell them.
First of all, I know we talked about these before, and what they were talking about is really weird. I don't know how this is possible, but it sounds like they actually may have one. I don't understand how, but they seem to be transporting that as well as the treasure that they're bringing to this place that we're going to.
Oh,
Wait.
poop.
Are you saying that they have one? At the moment?
They said that they are transporting one with them. Oh, whoops. They said that they were transporting one with them, but I have no idea how.
There's not any like tarts that are big enough to have one in the back. Is there like a beholder?
The holders aren't that big.
I thought they were.
Mm-mm. They are large size, but that's no bigger than a horse, and these caravans are about the same size.
Oh.
I'm getting you. See if I can get you the exact. I mean, again, beholders come in all shapes and sizes.
I was gonna say that picture on that one cover.
Yeah, that one. This one right here is huge.
Yeah.
Beholders by mechanics are large, but let's see if it gives me. I don't think that's my biggest complaint about 5th edition stuff is it just doesn't give you enough simple things like the size of a beholder, But they can. I mean, if you think about if you suck in all of the eye stalks, the beholder could be like maybe an
So
8.
it's just real uncomfortable in there.
Yeah, and I mean some of these are covered, some are not. So it could be in one of those, just like kind of curled up in on itself, essentially.
Okay. So it's definitely like plausible. I just thought,
It's
for some reason I thought beholders were way bigger than that, and I was like, how are they transporting one?
yeah.
But I okay, that's fine. Moving on.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely possible. Which one it would be in? None of them. There's not like one really big cart and then a bunch of small carts. So you're like, oh, it's probably in that one.
Yeah, I wondered if it was like obvious.
No, unfortunately, it's nothing too obvious. So yeah. So.
And there's like a red wizard with them, right?
Mm-mm.
No.
Nope.
Okay, never mind then.
You saw one in the camp.
Okay.
In when you guys were in. Well, you didn't. Odella didn't see one.
Right.
Ava did. So no, there is not one.
Okay.
Yeah. So that I don't know what you guys want to. If there's more you guys want to talk about, but that's what you said. She told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I also want to just like get all held up and say, guys, I haven't told you this yet, but I feel like I can trust you. Not many people I feel like I can trust, but I don't think you're the kind of people who would hurt or hurt me, but I just want you to know, in case it becomes a problem, that pretty wanted by the Cult of the Dragon, and if anyone were to actually see my face, it would probably be very bad.
Whew.
I think you're in good company because I think these folks are
Yeah.
relatively wanted.
Yep. This is the reason why I wear this.
That's why my hair is black. Regretting that.
Yeah.
Look like shit. I mean boop.
And because I've actually lived with them for years. So
Well, we have lived with them
Let's
for
leave
0
them
years. So that's intense. Why
I know.
why are you wanted?
well, I stayed there for a long time. They took me, but my captor, who was a white half jacket, if you hear anyone talk about him, his name was Arrows. He did, torture me and do bad things to me. And one day I just couldn't take it and I just slit his throat and left. So they all know I did that, and if they saw a cat lady, they might know it was me. So
Well, good for you, because that kind of stuff, people like that, they should not be allowed to hurt anybody. So I'm definitely here for you, and I will protect you if that's what it comes to.
thank you.
I will as well.
Me too.
Hands in.
She's all
guys.
purred and head bumping everybody.
Girl power!
I forgot what I was gonna say. Thanks.
Well, in the meantime, I will tell you, the 3.5 version of the Monster Manual flat out says in the first line, it's 8-foot wide orb. So they're about 8 feet wide. So they could fit in one of these caravans. It would be tight, not including eye stalks.
Yeah, that'd be real tight, but
Yeah.
You're gonna be pissed off.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you guys put a little more thought into it, why would something as powerful and as vain and controlling as a beholder, why would it be in this caravan? These people must either have something really good, like something profitable that they really want, or have some sort of really heavy power over it for it to cow something so powerful into inconveniencing itself.
that's what I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask if they mentioned why they had a beholder, if there was any sort of, like, do you ever hear any sort of reason that they were transporting it, like what it was for at all?
All I know is that there's something destination they would need it.
Yeah, you don't know. You didn't hear anything specific as to why they were keeping it, just that one is being transported.
Well, we gotta figure out what card it's in, for sure. And we gotta figure something else out, because if that thing is unleashed and it takes the gander at us, me and Odella, we're gonna suck.
I will say that in your time, now that you're aware and thinking back, you haven't really seen anything either absurdly magical or lack thereof magic to make you think that you haven't seen presence of this, I should say. So far.
Well, keep our eyes out, and Mary, if you're okay with it, we can send you out a little bit more. But you shouldn't stay out so late. You're gonna wear yourself out. Next time, take my scarf. It keeps you warm.
Yeah, it was really cold, guys. Things like that. I'll do it. I'll do it again.
Okay, well, you'll take my scarf. It feels like a bunch of cuddles. It's really nice.
Yeah, and in this, because time has passed, several days have passed, your level of exhaustion is gone, so you're back to normal. So that would have been the night after this happened, so that would have been, I guess, day 15. There are 5 days that will pass before the next anything happens. Again, is there anything specific you guys wanted to talk about or figure out during that time?
I mean, we should send Mur out again.
Okay.
Pass Trace and a guidance.
In that 5-day period?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make me another stealth check then.
So 25 and then plus a D4.
25 and a D4.
Oh, what's exciting.
Oh, hi Wes.
Said Daddy, I was good at the store, so I got a new toy.
Nice. 29.
29. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother because these guys can't beat that.
So yeah, I'd say just try to like see if people are treating any of the cards any differently, I guess, or if one of them seems to be more weighed down, stuff like that, I guess, and see which ones are more guarded.
Okay, make me a perception check, Mur. I'm gonna get that name right one of these times.
Be anything because she's just distracted by this baby. Cute.
There you go, Wes. You can be a part of the stream for a little while.
Baby nerd immersion.
What's up? Sure. Oh, bud. Okay. Yeah, with the 23, you don't see any particular cart being guarded more than the other ones. Yeah, I know. And it doesn't really, you don't see anything out of the ordinary, and that's a pretty good, you get a good beat on these people, and you watch them for quite a while. Nothing really jumps out as out of the ordinary, something you might think is housing a beholder by any means. No extra guards around anything, nobody giving a wide berth to any of the caravans, nothing of that nature. And that's, again, just to confirm, you're staying at a distance and just observing at this point, right? You're not actually trying to, like, sneak into and look into individual carts.
Well, at this point, if I'm doing this is just one night, one of these 5 nights that I'm doing this. Yeah, I could sneak around the cars and look in.
29 stealth is the time to do it.
Okay. Alright, so make me another perception check. We'll say you start to peer in actual caravans. With an 11, you look in one caravan, and you're like, nope, not in here, this is just boxes. A lot of crates and barrels. Nothing, no, beholder or anything. So how many of these wagons do you want to try to search through before you want to start pushing your luck?
Are they in their little area?
Well, some of them are milling about. They're not like all away from the caravan because there are people. You can see kind of at the bottom of the map anyway that there are 3 kind of like. I mean, this map isn't 100% accurate to it all the time, but there are like 3 guards kind of like hanging out. People just down the bottom, just keeping watch.
Mm-hmm.
So there are like, this is a little Splinter Cell-y in that you gotta like move around and like duck around these people. So.
Yeah. I'll check like a few.
Okay.
Tonight and then mark them and make sure I don't check them again.
Okay, make me another 2 perception checks. 22. 22, Wes. 22. And a 12. I know. It's pretty impressive. The 22, you notice that this cart has a lot of boxes and things in it, but this one, you notice that the ruts underneath the wheels are significantly deeper, as if this one is much heavier than all the other ones.
There's boxes in it?
Yep. But it looks to be significantly, without actually going through things, it looks to be significantly weighed down compared to the others. And the one that you got the 12 on, this one seems to be just provisions and food.
Okay. I want to make a notch in the back of all of these to make sure that I don't double check them next time.
Okay. So you've marked these ones so that you know not to check these again, and that's what happens this night. Yeah, I know. I know, marking all those carts.
Wes is DMing now.
Yeah.
Put your headset on him.
Everybody's got beards in this stream now because Wesley loves beards. Huh, bud? Alright, so it'll be the next day, so that's two, I guess, of the 5 days. How much, what else are you guys doing? You got basically 3 more days. Anything specific?
I probably open.
Oh, you can go.
No, I just want to talk to Rose. When
Okay.
we have a moment.
Okay. She's going around and just helping people make more food. And I was gonna say, if one of those days, Odella wants to go with her so she could give her advantage on persuasion for mending people if we find one.
Yeah, that would probably be a good idea.
If we want to just do that real quick and then we can talk with Betsy too.
Okay. So there's not many carts that you guys haven't been to yet. You guys go to... Let's scroll down this list and see. Lascivious, Sam the Hoper, Green, Imza. Who's after that? What's this name? Wes, can you read that? What's that say? You guys meet in the cart right after Green Imsa, which I will write. You meet a guy named Aldor. Aldor... Oh boy. I can't even read my own handwriting. Ripplehurst, let's say. Aldor Ripplehurst. And, you get the feeling this dude's kind of slimy. And talking with him a little bit, he is a lawyer. And, he's not magical. You don't get the feeling that he's a spellcaster by any means. But he seems suspicious. Yeah, I know, but suspicious.
In what way?
He just seems like a shady dude. I mean, he's also a lawyer, so he also just automatically seems shady.
Yeah. Like, is he, like, doing anything secretively, or is he just, like, closed off and won't speak to us? What makes us think he's shady, though?
You just... it's more of just, like, a general passive insight, if you will, versus his passive deception, which is what I'm just telling you. That he just... You get to, when you ask him, like, why he's here, or why he's traveling, he's just like, I just gotta get out of Baldur's Gate. I can't be there. Get no more. I don't care where I'm going, just not Baldur's Gate.
When we leave him, I'm going to take Floyd off my shoulder, and I'm going to be like, keep an eye on him. I think this is up your alley. And then just kind of like stick him on the back of the cart.
Okay. So you put Floyd...
Just imagine this little pretty flower.
And you see it kind of like... gives you a little like salute with his feathers. And then scurries into the back of the cart.
That boy.
Alright.
Like,
Go ahead. Like...
was it the owl or was it?
Oh, it was not the feathers. He meant the leaves.
The leaves, I'm sorry. Yeah.
This is the best decision I've ever made.
No, because the owl is Russian. So, and he's kind of dumb.
He is super dumb, but don't tell him I said that.
There's something about bees. Also, something about holders. Oop. Did we lose some? Moose.
Roswin just disappeared.
Katie.
Sorry. I pressed a thing on my mouse and then it did another thing. Hold on. I have to check my butt again.
Yeah, make sure you check your butt. You really screwed up like the whole overlay. The internet's like, what is going on? Now Laura is Myrrh. And there we go.
Got
Everything's
it. Sorry,
fixed.
everybody.
Yeah. Wesley's not happy. But I guess he's gonna have to deal. See, that's what happens when you DM for people on the internet, Wes. People can just click out of things by accident.
Hi.
So, yeah. That's what you get the feeling from that dude.
Okay, next person.
Next person that you haven't been to. Who haven't they been to, bud? Okay. There's a guy. Oh, this guy. Wesley, what is this guy? Your mother designed this one, so we'll blame her if anything's wonky. So this dude, he goes by the name it starts with an L. This dude, it's weird. Make me an insight check, this guy. The both of you.
Guidance.
Roswin, you're like, well, he seems really nice. And nothing seems wrong at all about this. Nothing seems off about this guy at all. And Odella, you're like, Roswin, what is he? What? So this guy, you know him as Lasfelro, but you also hear him referred to as Lasfelro the Silent. This guy, he is like deadpan face. Sorry, bud. Deadpan face, stoic, silent, doesn't speak. His eyes are hollow shells in his face. Like, he seems very gaunt. And then occasionally, like, seemingly at random, and you see this isn't all, you don't get all of this in one visit. This is over the course of time. You'll just be, like, hanging out, and then all of a sudden, he'll break out into a super happy, super merry song, and, like, sing, like, a few verses of the song, and then just, like, see, as quickly as it appeared, it just disappears, and he's just, like, stoic again, completely silent. And then, like, on a different occasion, a little days later, he just breaks out into just bawdy, raucous, dirty joke-telling, and he, like, starts laughing, and then all of a sudden just cuts off and just, again, completely silent, staring off into the distance. His jokes are hilarious. His singing voice is amazing, but they're always very short-lived, and then they disappear almost as quickly as they appear. And he's just, like I said, other than that, staring at the road ahead sullenly, barely moving on his seat, and he seemingly doesn't, it seems like he almost doesn't even breathe. And from talking around, no one knows what's in his wagon, but you see that he's got his wagon on the back of his wagon, which I feel like is something you would have seen earlier, but I'm going to tell you now, is guarded by a brooding gargoyle tethered to his wagon by a slim silver chain.
Let's see if put this in the freezer.
Yeah. Okay.
And he, like, the gargoyle doesn't...
It's just, like, brooding and, like, staring. Like, I mean, it looks like a traditional D&D gargoyle, but also, like, your typical, like, facet you'd have on the top of a gothic building, where it's, like, wings, and it's kind of, like, leaned over, and its wings are outspread, and it just kind of is perched there, and just, like, hanging out.
And nothing happens if you, like, move past it, right?
It doesn't, it doesn't seem to move, like it's made of stone, but, like, occasionally like as you walk by it, if you get like a little too close, you'll see like the stone eyes, like just the eyes will move. The head won't turn, but it's clearly.
I don't like this.
This thing is. It's got like it's not just a fixture.
The guy, that like bursting out into song and stuff, is that reminiscent of any type of like disease or curse that I might know of, or?
Make a medicine check.
Guidance.
Sure. Take your guidance. 15? Doesn't sound familiar to anything you've ever heard of. It's weird. Bless you.
What?
It's definitely weird. It is not a common thing. You've never heard of this before. If it is a disease or a curse. But you haven't heard of one or seen one in any of your studies.
Does he respond to us if we talk to him, or does he just quiet?
He's pretty much quiet, but like if you're around when he gets into one of his moods, he'll tell the jokes like looking at you, telling you the joke. He'll be singing to you, but like then it'll basically be like, you know, and he'll and end the song, and then just when it cuts out, he'll just like and just
Is
back
there
to the
any,
road in front of him.
Particular themes in his singing or his joke? Like he's trying to relay a message but can't or something?
Nope. The songs go from everything to sad, deep-timbered, crooning type songs to upbeat, joyous, raucous tunes to ballads. It's all over the place. The jokes at some time are like, where does a general keep his armies type joke versus, like sometimes they're dirty jokes. If you're curious, it's in his sleeveys, if you were curious, where a general keeps his armies.
Oh, Jesus.
In his sleeveys. But like jokes like that, but then also sometimes like raucous, dirty jokes, sometimes really long storytelling jokes where like there's a lot of build-up and it cuts out before the punchline because it's just he's been going for so long. And there's no rhyme or reason to the timing. Like, you can't pinpoint, like, oh, he can only talk for an hour and then it breaks, or he can only talk for 10 minutes and then it breaks, and it only happens at 2 p.m. at midnight. Like, the timing is sporadic, the length of conversation or song is sporadic. There's really no rhyme or reason to any of it.
He's great. There's nothing wrong with him.
So says Roswin with her, what did she get, like a 5?
A natural 1, 5, yeah.
5 insight, yeah.
I don't know, Rosman. That just seems really unnatural.
But when he sings, it's like so good, so it's fine.
Yeah, but then it's like he's not even there afterward.
Well, sometimes people are introverts and they have, like, just a part where they're just done and they just want to sit by themselves. So I'm sure it's normal and nothing's wrong because I'm dumb.
I don't know that it's normal. We should probably keep an eye on him. I'm just worried that he might be sick or something.
Oh no, I don't want him to be sick. We could try maybe dispelling magic or something like that, but let's detect it first before I just blow that up in someone's face.
Yeah, maybe that would probably be a good idea.
Thanks, I'm full of them.
Anything else that you guys wanted to do?
I mean, detect magic one of those times.
Okay.
Not like right in front of them. I'm like, oh, detect magic.
So you're like casting it off to the side and then like walking over?
Yeah, just very, very casually.
Yeah, I know.
Walking normal.
Cat. Yeah. What do I do with my hands? What do I normally do with my hands? So you can. So yeah, you cast Detect Magic, and as a point of fact, because I actually read the spell. Yeah, we read the spell the other day because we needed to figure that out, buddy. That that it tells you that there's a presence of magic within 30 feet, and then you need to be able to you need to take an action, essentially 6 seconds of when it's up, to focus on it, to focus on something to see if it's magical, or if something is affecting magic is affecting something. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Roslyn will just go up when she does that and just kind of like stand there and look at him and be like, I was hoping you'd sing again for me. It's so pretty. And then just stare.
Okay, as you're staring at him, there's some magic about this guy, for sure. You get the feeling that there is it's just, as you're trying to sort through the magic, there is you're just assaulted by the various different types of magics. Conjuration, necromancy, transmutation, evocation, all these different types of magic are affecting this guy all at once. And because there's so much, you can't actually tell what if one's greater than the other. But you get the feeling that you've kind of seen something similar to this, in that sometimes spellcasters will give off this ability, because they have the access to all of those spells. So it could be that he's just a spellcaster. Or he could be affected by all of these magics, one of the two.
Should we ask him if he needs help? She says off to the side as she's walked away and explains all this to Odella.
I feel like we should, just because I'm curious, but I also am just concerned about him. I don't know. I'd hate to leave him like that if we can help.
Well, how do we know if he needs help? He doesn't really talk much.
I don't know. Do you think the gargoyle talks?
I'm scared of that thing. Do not like at all.
I mean, does it seem evil? It's just kind of...
I don't know, but it gives me the heebie-jeebies, but I guess I shouldn't judge, so... we could...
I've never known you to judge somebody, Roslyn.
Well, I've never talked to them. I can... Well, okay, I'll go around the cart. Excuse me, Mr. Gargoyle.
Yes.
And when you address it directly, you hear the sound of stone churning as the head slowly turns to look at you. No visage on the face, just a turning of the stone neck.
Yeah. How are you today? Turn your head to the right for good, and turn your head to the left for bad.
The head does not turn at all.
Yeah, sometimes you just are having a so-so day. That happens to the best of us. Well, it's been real. Odella, any ideas?
Wait, so it just turned its head back and forth?
No, it turned to follow her when she addressed it, and then it didn't move or speak after that. She asked it to turn its head to the right if it was having a good day, or to the left if it was having a bad day, and it didn't turn its head at all.
Okay. I'm gonna be like,
What's up, buddy?
hello, sir, do you have a name?
Are you talking to the gargoyle?
Yes.
It does not address you. You get the
I
feeling...
tried all the languages that I know.
What languages do you know? Oh.
I know Common, Celestial, Draconic, Giant, and Orc.
It does not answer you in any of the languages that you speak.
I will try Infernal and Druidic and Sylvan.
Nope. None of those.
All right. Well,
we tried, Rosalind. Moving on.
gonna go back to the front and look at the guy and be like, doing all right?
And, does he... he turns to you, and he slowly turns and looks at you, and a smile spreads across his face, and he says, What's the difference between dinner, or a plate, rather? What's the difference between a plate and a booger?
Well, you eat off one.
And he goes, a plate goes on top of a table, and a booger goes under it. And then he just turns back and deadpan to the front.
Roswin loses her shit. She just starts laughing so hard. How did you think anything's wrong with this
Odella
guy?
looks disgusted and still concerned.
Yeah. Sorry, did I get you guys with that joke? I got Lizzie with that joke. She's still going over there. Yeah, that's the good ones, Wes.
He's fine.
Yeah, we'll just leave him for now. But I'm gonna keep an eye on that cart in general and see if I can see anything else about it.
This one, you notice a little bit different. The cart has a, like, it's rather than just like a covered wagon, this one almost has like a door on the back. If that makes sense, you know, like a wooden door.
Yeah.
And it's shut.
Okay. I'm not gonna do anything now, but I'm just gonna keep an eye on the cart in general. And
Okay.
We'll come back to it.
Well, intermission from people. And
Before we leave, though, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, do you know mending?"
There's no response.
Hey, just checking.
I just imagine Roswin and Odella just being so awkward, just like,
And most of the time when you guys are doing that, he's just like deadpan, straight ahead.
Rosman, how can you think this guy is normal?
I mean, I don't think he's just special. You know, everybody's got their things, and this guy has a dead stare, sometimes singing and making funny jokes thing, so. But I gotta go talk to Lux, because she's been waiting. She gave me that look, and then I was like, 1 second. And then I did that thing where people don't come back for like an hour, and you're like, I'm so sorry when they get there. So I'm gonna go, and Rouswin runs up and goes, I'm so sorry. Did you need to talk to me?
Okay, and me in real life is gonna take a short break. 'Cause they're really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna deal with Roswin and Lex's thing, and we'll take a break.
I mean, we can do it now. It's fine.
You sure? I don't want to cut your. Okay.
Go for it.
Then how about that? Because Laura's gotta go pee. We're gonna take a break. So we will take a short break. Enjoy the tunes. Over the break, I'm actually going to publish on the website and all the social media. You'll see my homebrew 5th edition luck domain on our, because now we have a homebrew section on the website, so you guys can check that out, use it in your game or otherwise. But that'll come out over the break. So hope you guys enjoy the nice BRB image built by our lovely Light Nevea, and I'll play you some tunes, and we will be right back. Everything did a thing.
Great.
Because everybody moved because of the reorganizational structure there.
Oh, should we close out and go back in?
No, I'll just adjust everybody on the fly here.
I'm a tabaxi again.
Actually, technically, you can move people around.
I forgot I could do that. That's the thing. Good call, Light.
I love that face.
Me too. I use that emoji all the time. She's using the scream face for everybody who can't see.
Oops.
Adorable.
I want to do one.
The beard face is my favorite.
Oh, you can see it. That's cool.
Anyway, so we're back. That's the thing that happened. Alright, so I guess we are still thunderstormy. Let's put
Yeah.
that music on. So, yeah. Oh, you guys were going to talk. Yeah.
I have arrived. How can I help you?
What time is it now? Just curious.
Evening.
Even-
Do you have a preferred time you'd like to have this meeting?
I'm just curious.
Oh, yeah. Sometime in the evening, whatever time works best for your situation.
Okay. No, yeah. No, I would, yeah, I just want to talk to her because it's been like a couple days since we talked last.
Yeah, since basically the Beholder conversation.
Yeah. Hey, Roz.
Hi.
I just want to, I know it's been a couple days since we talked, and
I missed you.
I missed you too. You know, we came a long way, you know, from the beginning, because technically, if you think about it, we are originals. You know?
Yeah, it's true. You're not leaving, are you?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I made a pact with you to basically hunt and kill the red one.
Thraxa, she's the worst, yeah.
Yeah. So no, I won't leave you.
That's good.
But, and I know it just seems that you are concerned about me. But don't. I'll be fine. And one day I will tell you my whole story.
Okay. As long as you say you're okay, that's fine. You can say you're okay even if you're not okay. That's your business, but...
To be honest, I'm not okay. I don't like this outfit. It has to go. That's
it. What? Huh? What? Say it again slower.
Sorry.
She doesn't like the outfit.
Oh, you don't like the outfit? You can just like pretend like you tripped and then just like, oh no, my skirt fell off. And then like you'll have like more leg room and I'll be like, oh no, she fell, and everybody will believe us.
I already ripped it. I don't want any, we just have to hurry up and go where we need to be.
Yeah, I can't wait to stretch my wings out.
I bet. You look so uncomfortable at times.
Yeah, well, all for the end game. It's worth it. Because I just, sometimes you just get cat butts in your face and you're like, what you gonna do? And these outfits are the cat butts in this situation. And so I'm just happy that you've stayed because, I lost a lot of people pretty early on, and then I found them again. And ever since I've been around people, they just keep leaving, and I don't know why, but I'm glad you're still here.
Me too.
Well,
a real eye-opener.
Well, I think you're super and the bestest, and let me help you make some extra soup while I'm here. And if you're cold, you can borrow my scarf, and we can just actually eat dinner, because everybody seems to be mingling, and maybe we can just sit and talk for a night instead of having to pretend like we don't really know each other that well.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And we make of the soup, and we eat of the soup, and we have a good night.
Yeah. Only thing you notice that's a little bit weird over the next few days is certain people in the group have a complete aversion to mushrooms. Just don't want to eat mushrooms anymore.
They're so full of nutrition.
You get a feeling
that,
maybe
I'm good at medicine.
that maybe something to do with all those screaming, moaning hurting mushrooms, maybe it just weighed a little too much on their conscience.
We should make some singing happy mushrooms that are singing about how much they like to be eaten. And then it will reverse everything.
Yeah, probably. That's how that works.
I don't know how to do that, but I will think on it. I'll put together a plan.
Okay. So, anything else?
Does Mir find me in my tent cart thing again?
I would say if she's not scouting, given the fact that you are her like cuddle buddy, whether you want to be or not, and she saw you come out of it, that she knows where you are, and it's up to her whether or not she wants to go in there.
Always.
So,
Naturally.
so one night I'm gonna like, after she comes in, I'm gonna like sit up and be like, so I think we need to talk about this. I just not sure what your end goal is here, but I just wanted to tell you right now that I'm not interested if you're trying anything, you know. I'm very flattered, and you're welcome to stay in my tent, but maybe we just leave a little bit more personal space in between, you know?
Look at her like completely confused. Like, I don't understand what you mean.
Have you ever heard of like leave some room for the gods, you know, all that kind of situation?
Well, you know, I mean, if there's a room, it's not warm, right? I mean, like, you want there to be air between my fur and your skin. Like, I don't get that. Like, if you can't just hold somebody, what's the point?
But why did you choose me?
You are the fluffiest.
I don't know how to respond to that one, but thank you. Okay, well, I guess if it's just about heat, then it's okay.
Do you not like my software?
No, your fur is wonderful. I'm not used to having somebody so close every single night. It's a little different for me.
Okay. I mean, you know, I'm from the street. This is how we sleep. You know, you have some nice when you don't have a roof over your head, you have to stick together. You don't like it, then fine.
No. It's okay. You can stay here. It's fine. I'm sure I'll get used to it. I mean, it's been a little nice knowing that there's someone else here, I guess. You know, I understand, I guess, if that's how things were, that maybe you're just feeling a little homesick, maybe. I don't know. I just thought we should talk about it, because I think Roswin's getting the wrong idea. Maybe we should set her straight on that account.
What idea would she have?
Oh, I think she thinks that we're, like, together.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she thinks that we're, like, a couple. I think multiple people might think that we're a couple.
You know, she makes weird faces at me all the time. She like thought something was cool too. Okay. Well, yeah. If you want, I can stop like kneading you with my claws. I know that's annoying. It's comforting.
Well, no, that actually is, it's kind of nice, you know.
It reminds me of my mom.
Massage, but
I don't know. I thought we should just talk about it because I felt like it was getting to the point where it'd be a little bit awkward and that he couldn't talk about it anymore. Like if we'd let this go on for any longer. I just wanted to make sure that we're on the same page. But I think we've cleared it up. You're more than welcome to keep snuggling with me, I guess. We're cool,
Okay.
right?
I kind of was gonna keep snuggling anyway, but yeah, no, that's cool. Thanks.
Okay. Well, I feel like we've grown closer as a pair that is definitely not together. Not that I'm like against any of that. I mean, it's all perfectly normal, but I just felt like we should get it out there.
Yeah, well, I mean, if that's what you were thinking, that's crazy. Yeah.
Well, I mean, certainly I'm not like unattractive or anything, right? I mean,
But like, you still think I'm pretty.
Later, I mean, like, cuddling is just, that's all. That's it.
fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, well, cool. Good talk. Good night. Slips back down into the furs.
We were just purring and kneading her hearts.
All right. So, okay. Next day?
Next day? Question mark.
I mean, I think I actually found some travel music, maybe? This sounds way too ominous. This would be... I have upbeat travel music. I feel like we're in an upbeat time, even though it's gross. Let's see how that goes. Oh, nope. That is way too upbeat.
I liked
Hang on.
it.
Is this one a little bit better?
Yeah, this one makes me think of Roswin.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll leave this up for now. You guys are traveling along. We're going to say that you're at day whatever, 20? Yeah, 20th day of your journey. And you guys are coming along on the road, and you reach your stopping point for the evening. And like a little bit ahead of you guys on the road, there are people, like your caravan all kind of pulls to a stop, and you guys see there is people setting up camp and tending to horses. You see two women, look seemingly, you would guess, possibly twins, as they look fairly similar, kind of setting up camp ahead of where you guys are set up.
Okay.
So people not with our caravan.
Not with your caravan, correct.
I mean, do we see anything else about them? Like, do they look like they're, like, traveling with goods, or are they just traveling in general?
They are setting up camp. They have horses. They don't have a cart. And these ladies are just fucking stacked, man. Like, they're just huge tits. Because that is more or less, in my words, what the book says. So...
Oh, wow. Okay.
Roswin looks down and goes,
extremely buxom twin sisters.
Wow.
So you just, Roswin and Lux, you just sit there and go, man, if Ava was here, you could only imagine.
I'm gonna write about this in my Ava journal.
And they are, yeah, by any means, they are very, very attractive. Buxom and attractive, and like setting up their camp for the night and tending to their horses and things like that. And like they see you guys obviously pull up and stop, so they'll kind of like move their horses kind of over along to kind of strengthen numbers, kind of the situation, and like try to like mingle in with the group, and like, you know, and you can see like men are clearly like walking over to them, fairly regularly, and the girls are like, "Oh my god!" Like they're big flirts with all the guys that are there too. So, yeah.
Roswin will say hello and ask if they need some extra food.
They just kind of look at you, and they both are just like big smiles and super happy, and they clearly think that Roswin is just like the cutest thing. And they are just like, of course. And like it's to the point where possibly other people could observe that they may not being condescending, but like treating Roswin as almost like a baby compared to like someone that hasn't really seen the road too much, and they're just like overly like, oh my god, and like super just, I don't want to say like infatuated, but they're like, oh my god, she is just adorable.
She's so precious.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Laura. That's exactly what I was going for.
The ladies at church who pinch your cheeks.
Yes. But, they are, and, they seem to be, like, maybe, like, late 20s, age-wise. So not, like, older women, but,
Do they seem human?
yeah. They had no pointed ears or anything of that nature,
Just curious.
Yeah, they're not wearing, like, hoods or anything. They have cloaks, traveling, like, blue, thick traveling cloaks. But,
They're
yeah.
trying to cover their boobs.
No, they're not. They don't care. They are.
It's like,
They are.
Alex kind of just looks down at her outfit, like,
Oh no.
Yeah, they. I mean, they're basically corseted, essentially, and there's no desire to hide anything really. These girls are. They know what they've got, and they know what it'll get them. So they're like, oh, we can get free food out of people. We could probably get a nice warm meal, that kind of stuff. But Roswin is just so precious. So you will learn that
Does the silent guy seem interested in these ladies?
no different than he normally would be.
Good to know.
What are their names?
Arietta and Zelina.
They're evil.
I'm writing Arietta and Zelina, Big Titty Committee.
All right.
Done.
oh my god, you have to draw them.
I'm just gonna draw I'm gonna take a cup and I'm gonna make 4 circles next to each other and just make some like grade school boobs.
There you go.
On stick figure bodies.
Yeah.
And when you sit down for the evening, to talk, and you offer them some food, they sit with you and they are just like, they are talking to you and they are just like, oh my god, we've been traveling, road's been so tough, but how are you? What have you been doing? Like, they're very interested in everything that Roswin has to say, and they are just like, I don't want to say like looking in a mirror, but they're like, oh my god, tell me everything. Like, I want to know about you. I want to know who you are and what you're going, where you're going, and how you, how are you and where you've been, and we'll tell you all about us and that kind of stuff.
Okay. Roswin's just like, hi, I'm Roswin. I like nature, and this is my horse Poppy, and she's amazing, and I'm traveling with these guys, and we're just chugging away, and I've just been a traveling fool. I used to live in the woods, and then I was like, nah, and here we are.
I insight check these people.
Sure. What are you trying to insight?
Why are they talking to Roswin? Is it just because she offered them things?
Yeah, I mean, if you...
I'm sure there's other
sure.
guys that are interested in them, but they seem to be...
Sure, go ahead and make me an insight check. This will be... I need to get theme music for everybody to have in the background for their things. Because Floyd has music, and apparently now Roswin has car commercial music.
This is very Roswin-y music.
Carfax.com.
You know that you could get a sweet deal on a car because you got the facts. Carfax.com. Do it.
Roswin has a future in commercials.
I'm sponsored right now.
They're hard to read, but they do seem genuinely interested in what Roswin has to say. And there were other guys, like, they came up and they were, playfully toying with their hair and, like, flirting with the gentleman. And then Rosalind was like, I've got food if you want food. And they, like, migrated towards her. So, I mean, if you guys are around Roswin at night that evening, they'll talk to you, too. And, want to hear what you have to say. But that's up to you.
I'll hang out and talk.
And it's basically the same thing, like, oh my god, you're Roswin's friend? She's so great. And like, Roswin, you're sitting there. So they're like, well, what about you? Where are you from? What do you like to do?
How about, I feel like Rosalind's been talking a lot. Why don't you tell us about yourselves?
They say, well, we're twins, and they both kind of, like, look at each other like this, and they're like, and we've been traveling on the road together for as long as we can remember. We're, like, two sisters, and we're all we have for each other in the whole world, and I'd do anything for her, and she'd be like, no, stop it, I'd do anything for you. And they're like, it's cloyingly, sickeningly sweet how nice they are to one another.
Does Rosalind start to cry about the... I'm just kidding.
So then they're like, and, we're just trying to head up to, I guess, Waterdeep. We've heard there's cool stuff there, and there's, like, a lot of good shopping, because it's, like, one of the biggest cities in the whole Sword Coast. And she's like, oh, I need, like, new shoes, and the other one's like, so do I. That's why we're, like, twinsies, and they hug each other, and it's so annoying.
You guys are great. I love what you're doing with your relationship.
Hey, do either of you have mending?
Oh my god.
And they're offering up information about themselves.
The charismatic character of the group. Everybody.
No, sadly, we didn't. Otherwise, our shoes would last even longer, and we wouldn't need to buy new purses. We could just fix the old ones, but no, we don't have
You
it.
seemed like girls who wouldn't want to fix things, that you just want new things.
I mean, we would.
You gotta stay in season.
She's
right?
So oh my god, what's your favorite so what is your current favorite fashion? Like, what kind of, you clearly are quite knowledgeable, and they kind of look up and down at you're actually wearing pretty drab stuff right now, right? Or...
Yeah, unfortunately. She does have her scarf on that blows in the wind constantly.
And they're like, oh my god, that scarf is just so perfect, and it just fits you, like, it's just so you.
Why, thank you. I really like what you guys are doing, and I think I really, you're talking about new shoes. I just really think that if you guys went with a little bit, I feel like a little bit more of a heel on your shoe, like, it'd really make your butt pop. So I feel like maybe next time that's what you should just go for.
OMG. And they're like, oh, and then the other sister is like, heels, why didn't we ever think of that? That's like, where we come from in the South, heels aren't really a thing. But if that's like...
You seem a little tall, but I'm saying it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Trust me on this one. I know people say if you're tall, don't wear heels, but I think you guys can pull it off.
It's just you are just a treasure. I celebrate you.
Roswin.
Too much.
Fashion. Yeah. And she's like, and like Druid crafts a little like flower crown. And she's like, I know about fashion, and it just puts it on top of her turban.
And they're like, what? Magic? You're just... Every time I think I know everything about you, even though we just met, I feel like I know you so well, and now I'm learning more things about you, and I just love it even more.
I like you guys a lot. She makes 2 more flower crowns, and I was like, oh yeah, Adela. she makes one for her.
Oh,
Thank you.
And they put them on, and they're like, "Oh my god!" And they're like looking at each other, and they're doing like a super annoying like twin like in a mirror thing to one another.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
So you've been traveling together forever.
Yep.
Why do you travel so much? Did I miss that part? I think I missed that part.
No, I don't think that they said why they were traveling. They just said that they travel a lot.
Okay. So yeah, why are you traveling around so much?
We're just like so young to be rooted in like one place. The world is like a big, and there's a lot of like mystery out there. And the other one goes, "Oh my god, we should get a tattoo that says mystery. Oh my god, that's great. We should."
Guys.
What?
You want a sweet tattoo?
Yeah.
Totally. Like, know what you should get. You should totally get it written
Uh
in
huh.
Celestial.
What?
That's
I don't even
a
know.
hot new thing.
What? Can you show us? Like,
Yes,
what should?
I will totally write it down for you, and I will write them down something in Celestial that is not mystery.
What does it say?
It says butts.
They're like, "This is perfect," and they're very excited for it. And they're like, "Oh my god, when we get to Waterdeep, we are just totally gonna get these." Great. And they are just so, but they're like, but like I need to see all, like, I feel like to be able to truly understand the world, you need to see it, you know? And that's why we're traveling, because we want to see the world.
Oh my
Because
God, girl.
we are the world.
I totally understand everything that you're saying right now.
And they're
I
like,
just feel like you guys understand everything.
"Did your cat just eat your food?"
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, something happened with the cat.
He just ate a piece of fucking popcorn. He just took his face like, right. We'll be quiet now.
So anyway, they are just like, now they also clearly love Odella and Roswin. They're like, "Oh my god, I wish we were all had like the same family, because then we could be like real sisters, like the four of us. We could just travel and be sisters forever. Do you guys want to come with us? You should come with us. We should be sisters."
oh no, it's okay. I've got another sister. But you guys are great, and you guys should be super excited that you've got a sister.
And they're like, and then they hug each other.
Yeah, I think you guys, your sister bond is just so strong. I feel like I would be a third wheel, and like, that's like, I'm not saying that in a bad way, but I just feel like you guys got something so good that you shouldn't add to it. But I'm honored.
And then they're just like, "Wow, you're just like really, like, you get it. You're like really deep. Like, I could just listen to you talk for like hours."
Well, I mean, thank you. I feel like, you know what? Maybe we can't be like sisters that travel together, but we can be soul sisters.
And they are like, "Oh my gods, soul sisters, yes!"
girls, let's all put our hands in, and we can pledge to be soul sisters right now.
I think I killed Katie.
I don't want to put my hand in. I hate them so much.
Take Roswin's hand, and I put it in the middle of the circle.
Yes, and they're like, "Soul sisters!"
Okay, girls, we gotta go. But it was really nice talking to you.
And they're like, "Well, now that you guys are going where we're going, we'll just travel together. It's great."
Yeah, I think you should totally go talk. There's this guy with a gargoyle. You should totally talk to him. He's got the best jokes. I think he'll
What? Alright. And like, so that's the end of this evening. But,
Rosalind looks at Odella and she's like, "That was so nice of you to make that tattoo for those girls. You're so sweet. I just didn't even, like, I knew you were nice, but that was way super sweet."
Yeah, totally.
Okay, good night.
I'm gonna like walk with Ross a little bit and be like, "Yeah, that tattoo totally says butts," and then I'll leave.
Also, before I go to bed, I want to just like kind of go past that like shady lawyer's cart and be like, man, now would be a great time for a little company. And then say out loud, wink.
Are you coming on to the lawyer guy?
No, she's not talking to the lawyer guy. She's trying to get Floyd to come out of the cart.
Oh, just so confused.
Yeah, eventually you'll see like a sunflower, like there's like a thread in the back of the cart, and it like the sunflower like slides down the thread, and then like hops off and like scuttles over towards you.
She picks him up and puts him back in her hair and runs back over to her bedroll, and then is like, speak with plants. All right, what's going on with that guy? Here comes the music.
So what did you say? You said what's the deal with that guy?
Yeah, what's he just seems like shady. What's going on with him?
Well, I don't really... I got as much information as I could, but he seems a bit guarded. This guy's, I dealt with his type before. He's, well, let me just tell you. Stay away from him, Dollface. He's not good people. Something's going on. I think some kind of scandal or something. He's a lawyer type. There are always snakes in the grass.
Sure, snakes in the grass.
And he goes, I get the feeling that he wronged somebody. Wronged the wrong guy, if you know what I mean.
No. So did you hear him say anything that made you think that, or can you read? You can't read. You don't have eyes. Did you touch anything or see anything? What makes you say that you think you wronged the wrong guy?
And he goes, you are just... Don't ever change, Dollface. You're just the sweetest thing.
I've been hearing that a lot today.
And he you know, you can see like the leaves that are like shoulder length kind of like slump down a little bit, and
he talks to himself a lot. And I hear him writing in some sort of notebook, but as you so eloquently put, I can't read. But he's one of those guys that he talks when he writes. You know, it's a sign of lesser intelligence. At least that's what they told me back in the day.
Yeah, I've never done that.
But apparently he got into as a lawyer, you deal with a lot of shady types, and I guess he wronged the wrong broad, and she ousted him from Baldur's Gate, and now he's trying to get anywhere but there, because it's bad news for him.
Did he murder someone?
I mean, he's a lawyer, so he probably was representing a murderer. But
Right, a murderer. Yeah.
he's what you call up a creek. So he's got to get out. So he's heading to Waterdeep, I think, to try and find a new life.
He's going up a creek to a deep water. Yep. Okay.
Don't ever change.
I mean, so if he's just defending a guy who wasn't great, like, he's just doing his job. Would you say?
But I agree, but again, you get a guy who's defending the wrong guy, makes you question the character of the initial guy.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really want to be friends with him that much anyway. He wasn't very forthcoming when I tried to introduce myself, so I mean, I'll definitely tell the girls to keep a wide berth because, you know, we don't want to get our hands dirty in this big mess that he seems to have gotten himself in. Yeah.
Yeah, you got the right idea. uses, seems you're becoming, this travel has put you a little bit more worldly.
Oh, thanks, Floyd.
Well, don't mention it.
Okay, well, I think today we gotta put some fertilizer in that soil of yours. And she goes and she picks up with a cloth a little bit of horse manure and mixes it in with the soil and the whole thing. He's like, this will make you all big and strong. You've done really well.
And he goes, sure thing, sweetheart. Sure thing.
And he doesn't get in the pot. He just sits next to it.
He's like smoking a cigar. Just watch this little tiny sunflower like smoke a cigar somehow.
Oh man, when he doesn't get in the pot, she just like opens up like a little fold in her turban. She's like, okay, that's not for you. Okay, you can just.
And he like climbs up and he goes, I'll be right here if you need me, darling. And he climbs into your hair.
Okay. Don't let anyone get at me, because I like sleep.
And he goes, don't worry. I keep a ever vigilant eye. Or, well, stalk or whatever, because I don't see.
Yeah, plant stuff.
Yeah, plant stuff.
Alright. Good night, Floyd. Sweet dreams. But don't go to sleep. And then she goes to sleep.
This music is it was the best accidental music I ever found. Full stop. That fully influenced Floyd completely, who he is. If it wasn't, oh, this is too sad. We need different music. Is this good? Nope.
Oh shit! I was like, we're fighting.
Get ready, guys.
Everybody wake up.
Nope. We got just like some travel music. Oh, you know what? We'll leave it with just this because I got a thing. So that happens. Day goes by. A couple days go by actually. Let's get some. Actually, I do need other music. We got.
I tell all of them to basically what Floyd told me about him. So y'all know that shit.
Yeah. We'll just go with this again until I get some better music. So yeah, you guys are traveling along for another like 2 or so days. And the girls, Arietta and Zelina, are traveling with you. They're not like with you guys, but they're in the caravan. They're traveling for a couple days.
Are they with
alongside.
that guy?
No, they don't seem to be with him, but they're together. Just like in the procession.
Twinsies!
Are you calling to them?
No, that's what they're saying.
Oh, yes. That is what they're saying.
I was like, wow, Roswin.
Really latched onto those two.
Yeah, I'm very surprised.
Oh, no. Like a babe on a teat.
Your words, not mine. So.
Jiggle beats.
Tickle betters.
So you guys travel along for a few more days. 2 days. 3 days, to be exact. Is there anything you guys want to talk about or do in those 3 days?
Are we still, am I still searching the cards?
Oh, are you... Okay, if that's the thing that you're doing, go ahead and make me a stealth check.
Obviously, guidance and pass without a trace.
Sure. 28 plus 29. What do you got for guidance?
Can I... Well, since I know that Mira, like, goes out and searches the carts at night,
Yeah.
can I send Pygot to just go and, like, do some, like, loop arounds just to make sure if she gets in trouble that somebody knows?
Sure, you can do that. 29,
Since you
31.
guys are lovers.
And I gotta watch out for her. It's my little baby.
You got a 31 for your stealth check, so you're pretty good at level 5. 31 will go a long way. These guys can't possibly see you it's impossible for them to see you. You don't know that, but I'm telling you as the DM that it's impossible. So you search through we'll say another 3 wagons. And you see, again, a bunch of these just full with various containers, crates, barrels. One is just all barrels. And it seems to have mostly like mead and ale and other kind of liquors of various sorts. Another one, again, full with crates, not as heavy as that first one that you saw. And this third one is just full of basically like provisions as like weapons and like arrows and javelins and swords and other arms and armament. But still in the style and vein of the weapons that you've seen them carry. So, that's what you see. And
How big are beholders? They'd be the size of the whole cart.
pretty much 8 feet. What's up? You seem like you got a thing you're thinking.
No. Well, maybe.
Okay. So, yeah, on the evening of the third night, unless there's nothing else anybody else wanted to do, which I'll leave it open. Anything?
I'm good.
Okay. Adela, Lux, you guys good?
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Roswin, at the evening of the third night, when you are hanging around, as the night's winding down and people are starting to go to sleep, you, actually, I'm sorry, on the afternoon of the third day, my mistake, you guys are traveling through the woods and you see a herd of deer grazing on a nearby hill. So people, you see a couple people are like, thinking like, oh, we can go off and go hunting if you want to get fresh meat. However, amongst this herd of deer is one stag that stands above the rest. This stag's coat shimmers in the light as if the coat is spun from gold and its antlers are plated with platinum. Nearly everybody in the caravan who can use a bow wants to take this thing out because they want this trophy.
No.
Hang on, I'm not done. You get the feeling, all of you, Light, or Lux, you specifically, although not a quantifiable dollar amount, but that even if it's not actually made of gold, this pelt would be worth a fortune to the right buyer. Even, like I said, just the coat of it, rather, whether it may or may not be made of gold, it in and of itself and its uniqueness would be worth a lot of money. But you do get like a feeling like a couple of the people, more of like the priestly types and the more worldly types in the group, are trying to like warn other people not to try to take this thing out. But in that it's clear like it's a blessed creature, like you probably shouldn't mess with this. So there's a little contention in the group. So and you guys pass through farmlands, there's farmers and things, and they if they hear rumor of this over the course of the couple of days, that they believe that it's granting them good crops, like it's a blessing from probably Mialihi or Shanteo, goddess of forest or goddess of agriculture, one of the two. But there's a lot of ruckus. It generates a lot of interest in the camp. You see people go off and try, but nobody, like, they're far off in the distance and the deer take off. So people do end up bringing back, like, stags meat for dinner, but not that specific one. But this is the first time you've really seen an abundance of game in the area. Typically, it's mostly been people just making what they had on hand. So, as I fast forwarding back to what I initially said, in the evening, that evening, as everybody's starting to go down to sleep, Roswin, you seemingly with no one else around, see this stag not too far away from you in the woods. And it's clearly it's looking at you. And it kind of like does one of these with its head and then slowly starts to walk off into the woods.
She gets up, puts on her boots again, and just kind of like looks around, makes sure nobody who's been talking about wanting to hunt it is following, and just dips into the woods.
Okay. Just for the hell of it, make me a survival check.
Guidance.
Sure. Okay, it's not doing any real effort to hide itself. Oh yeah, I have music, I think, for this.
Sparkly stag music?
Maybe. I don't remember. It's been a long time. So you are... Sorry, that was a little bit loud. You are traveling in the woods. You're able to follow the tracks of this creature as it walks further and leads you off. You sort of lose track of time for how long you're walking, just as this thing is kind of even shining in the night as a beacon leading you off into the woods. At which point it comes to a nice lush green. The weather seemingly stops, no rain around you, a lush green meadow, and where it stops and stands up proud, looking at you, and it waits for you to approach.
Hearing what she's heard as they've gone travel, she's gonna treat it with a lot of respect because she doesn't know exactly what it is, and she'll bow her head down and say hello because she doesn't know if it is what everybody's been saying, if it could just speak, and if it doesn't respond, she'll cast Speak with Animals.
It bows its head in response to you, and it begins to speak to you in Sylvan. And it says, it greets you, and it says, good evening, dear druid, as it stares back at you. Again, its mouth is not moving, but you hear the voice audibly you hear it in your head as it is looking at you.
Oh, hello. What brings you out this evening?
And it says, I come with a warning. You are on the right track. You must, to meet your goal, you must follow the river of gold until you reach the castle in the sky. Not all will survive. And, yeah.
Like, what?
It will repeat again in a slightly sterner...
Follow the river of gold until you reach the castle in the sky, not all will survive. I get that, but everybody I travel with needs to survive, so I don't get that. And
he turns to you, and he said, when you first started, he reiterated in a slightly sterner voice, but the same thing. Follow the river of gold until you reach the castle in the sky. Not all will survive. And after your comment of, all of my friends need to survive with me, he doesn't really, he doesn't, there's no visual acknowledgement of what you're saying, but he walks towards a tree branch nearby, and he sort of, beckons you towards the nearby tree as he walks toward it.
She kind of looks around and is like, and follows it.
And it says, I cannot ensure survival, but perhaps this will be of some assistance. And it reaches its head, and it kind of knocks its head fairly fiercely against the tree branch, and its left antler cracks off, and it hits the ground. And as the antler touches down on the ground, it forms into what looks like a platinum bracelet. And it, like, bends down and, like, picks it up in its mouth and, like, walks it over and places the bracelet in your hand.
I'm not supposed to have metal.
And it looks at you and says, perhaps one of your group may find this useful. And it just turns and walks away.
I love that Rosalind's response is, I'm not supposed to have metal. Like, Mom! Mom, help!
Rules. Like, huh?
And it's gone. Like, it just dissipates into the mist.
Goodbye. She just kind of like stands there and stares at it. Are there like any other defining features? It's just a platinum bracelet.
It's actually, now that you're looking at it, as time has gone on, the few seconds since you kind of have let all of this absorb, it is still it's like more like a cuff rather than like a thin bracelet. And it actually has dulled to the point where it's not especially distinguishable right now. It's just seemingly like a dull, almost metal cuff rather than like a shiny platinum cuff. And just holding it in your hand, I mean, you're not supposed to wear metal armor. You have gold bands on your horns, so I mean, at the same time, that's a metal on you, so it's okay. Just to throw that out there. If we're splitting hairs for jewelry here. And your harness is made out of metal. So, I mean, it's fine. You're fine.
Is it made out of metal? I thought it was made out of leather.
There's leather and metal to reinforce it.
Well, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
So,
you
will pinch herself to see if she's dreaming, because she's been having some weird dreams.
You pinch yourself, and while it does feel as though you are in a dream, it is real. You are awake, experiencing all of this.
Okay.
And
okay.
from the cuff, you kind of get a feeling that this may have a sort of the cuff, while it is not a sentient magic item, sort of imparts to you that it has another form, as it were.
Oh.
And it basically will instruct you, as part of the magic of this forest, we'll say, that it, if you don said cuff and basically use this mental action, as it were, to think of it, the cuff will transform into a weapon. You're muted.
She puts it on and goes, weapon!
As you do this, the cuff itself transforms into a bow, which is kind of weird, you think, to like a thing that is typically hunted by bows transforming into a bow doesn't make a lot of sense. But it does. It transforms into a platinum, again, dulled platinum, not overly shiny, but a platinum short bow that has a strange guard where you would normally... You're not familiar really with bows, so it doesn't make a lot of sense to you, but like where you would set the arrow seems strange.
Cuff!
And it's back into a cuff.
Okay. She's gonna try to find her way back to camp.
As you leave the kind of glade that you're in, within seconds you're back in camp, like without even noticing you're there.
Weird night. She's gonna try to find Odella's tent.
Mm-hmm. You do, as you walk into Odella's tent, or Odella's cart, with the furs. You see Myr and Odella in the back.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know.
Back out, and she just like on the side of it. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Can I come in? Am I interrupting?
Oh, you're totally fine.
Mira doesn't even wake up. She's just right there.
She climbs in and she's like, you guys aren't even gonna believe this, so I'm not gonna bother, but I got something for Myrrh. And she like shakes her. Wake up!
Startles and puffs up and gets all crazy
Shh.
cat crazy.
Hey, I saw you use a bow once, so I found this thing. But just wait for it. Okay, everybody. Okay, stand back a little. I mean, scooch back. I guess we can't stand very well. Okay. Ready?
Dell looks super skeptical right now.
Weapon!
And you watch as this dull metal cuff on Rosalind's hand shifts into a short bow in her hand.
Ta-da!
Her eyes are like giant and like.
Cuff!
Back into a cuff.
Weapon! Cuff! Weapon!
Jeez, Roswin, stop!
Okay, I just got excited. This is like maybe the coolest thing that's ever happened to me.
You have a,
What?
my understanding that you have a talking sunflower. How is this the coolest thing that's ever happened to you?
You feel a little flick on your ear in your turban, as if a sunflower leaf flicked you in the ear.
Hey, Floyd's really great.
And then you feel like a little pat on your neck in your
When she feels
turban.
the pat, she's like, never mind on the butt. She's like, this is the second coolest thing that's ever happened to me.
And now you feel like a nice rubbing, like
Okay, calm down, buddy. And she's like, so I just thought you'd probably be able to use this the most, and after what you told us, I just feel like we need to make sure that you've got some cool things so you stay protected.
Eyes wide, reaching for it. She loves things. Like she's a little urchin. She loves like, stuff. She's just like, where did you get it?
I'll never tell. I'm just kidding. And she's like, I'll tell you another day, but I'm sleepy as all heck, and I need to go to bed.
Do you want to sleep in here? I'm sure we have room.
I wouldn't want to intrude, you
You
guys.
are more than
No, that's just
You
you
can,
guys
you
are
can sleep in the middle if you,
you
want.
guys are a little explorative, aren't you? I'm just gonna go.
a little explorative.
Sit here. Sit
No. And she scoots out and leaves. You just see her like walk up like those two. Wow, what a crazy group of kids.
Mira just looks at Adela, just like.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to figure out how to tell her at some point. I kind of don't want to break her heart. She seems really excited about it.
And Rosalind goes to bed.
So I have put this item now under your list of magic items, Myrrh. There is now a new bow, which I'll put up here for the stream to see, so everybody can see what it looks like.
Yeah, I want to see what I just gave away.
So that is the bow right there. I don't know if I can get it to appear. No, it won't be full size, but that's what it is. Right there. That's what it looks like. And this bow is a decorative bracelet, the dull black finish when worn. The bracelet will unfold itself at a mental command and transform into a short bow and an empty hand. And you notice, Myrrh, as somebody who is familiar with short bows, that the unique guard of this short bow allows one to knock 2 arrows on the bow, to fire 2 arrows simultaneously at the same target, or 2 arrows. It uses your whole action, but you can shoot 2 at one target, doing 2d6 plus your dexterity modifier to the target, or attack two separate creatures within 10 feet of one another, doing a d6 plus your dexterity modifier to them. Sneak attack would still only apply to one if you split the arrows, but it just allows you to target multiple targets, or 2 arrows at one. And full stop, were Ava still here, this would have been a different bow designed for her.
Oh, that was really cool. And I like that deer, and if anybody kills it, I am gonna talk to them.
Oh, and it is a magic bow, so for the purposes of overcoming damage resistance, it would count as magical. No bonuses to attack or damage, but it would be considered magical. So, we're coming up right towards the end of the time, so I don't want to push us a little bit over since we did go over last time and have pretty much every other time. So I don't have any specific things planned. There is going to be another gap of time. Do you want to just end like the stream here, or do you want to let the couple of days go by offline so you guys can work out a couple other things? What are your thoughts?
I'd like to have some time to think about what I want to do.
As in, let the downtime happen off stream?
Yeah, and then we can recap after. Just because a lot just happened, and I want to think about stuff, and Roswin's going to want to talk to Lux about that, and stuff like that, so.
Okay, so I will say this then. I'll leave this again to all of you. Anything you'd like to do or discuss, it is going to be 5 days before we pick back up in 2 weeks in July. So the 5 days will pass. 5 days, 5 nights. We'll start on the 6th day. You guys can think about anything you'd like to do over that time period. Couple of just last little bit things since we have more people here in the chat. I will put this out there for you guys. July, Magic Item Month. Before the first stream happens in July, I will have put up posting somewhere on the website or otherwise. In July, you will be able to spend real-world dollars to purchase for any of the people on any of the streams a roll on a magic item table to get them magic items that they will then be able to trade with other people who have purchased magic items. So that's a thing to look out for if you're interested at all in that. Also, July will be the giveaway of this sweet Elderwood Academy spell book, as this is Magic Item Month. So keep an eye on that. Good stuff happening in July, because that's the month that I am born, and therefore it is the best month. So, no questions, because that's how that goes. So yeah, did anybody have anything that they wanted to say, do, stream related or otherwise, before we end this for the night?
Real quick, I just want to make sure that it's still understood that Odella is taking time every day to practice Abyssal and continue learning how to do that.
Absolutely.
The one thing I would like to do, actually,
Sure.
I would like to find those girls, and I don't want to talk to them for very long, but I would like to try to convince them that Infernal is so much cooler and edgier, and they should actually get a tattoo in Infernal.
Not Celestial?
Yeah, because she could write it out for them, and it will be great.
Make me a persuasion check. With advantage, because they really love you. Because you're just so precious.
And
19? Yeah, they're like, wow, Infernal. That's like demony, and like it is so much edgier. You're right.
Okay, and what did they want again? Destiny?
Mystery.
Mystery. She writes mystery.
Okay, and they're like,
ruining everything.
Now you get
just
to
wanted the idea that these girls would walk around with butts tattooed on.
Because I got to play my character, and she was horrified. You can pick another language and then convince them that that's so much cooler.
I mean, she doesn't speak Infernal, and nor does she know that you did that. So.
good girls get it again.
Yeah, anything else that you guys would like to... So that is established. Anything else you guys would like to do before we end the stream?
Nope.
Close it out with the Floyd voice.
Well, folks, I appreciate y'all's coming out and checking out a humble little playthrough of Hoard of the Dragon Queen. Be sure to come out tomorrow nights, as it may be the last times we play Out of the Abyss. We're close to the end. We got maybe 1 or 2 more games before we close the Abyss and get rid of all them demon lords. So be on the lookout. And if not, make sure you check out that luck domain. I threw it up during the break. I'm gonna throw it in the chat again. It's netimmersion.com/luck domain. And be on the lookout for other videos over the course of the next few days. So, we hope you enjoyed our little show. Also, Katie plays games and stuff. And Light is streaming. She is always on the internets with the Grand Theft Autos and the whatnots. And soon, maybe in July, we'll be having... Liz will be coming and doing an in-person game back here at the table. We'll see. So, we hope you all have a wonderful evening. And we will catch you on the flip side.
Adios.